The year 1884 now dawned, the year which brought Mademoiselle Bashkirtseff a striking artistic success, and the closest friendship with Jules Bastien-Lepage, the painter she admired above all others of her generation, and the end of all things. Her painting, Le Meeting, was exhibited in the Salon of 1884, and attracted public attention. It had press notices in the leading papers, and was reproduced in many of the illustrated ones of France, Germany, and Russia. Dealers and picture buyers began to look up the rising artist. Society papers described her personal appearance, speaking of her as one of the most beautiful girls of Russia. When she went out, she came in contact with the intellectual elite of France, and was noticed as a person of distinction, and a young, charming, elegant woman, all in one. Ah, at last her dreams were translated into reality. She not only felt herself a force, but she was recognized as such. Marie Bashkirtseff's parents separated when she was just 12. As a result, she grew up mostly abroad, travelling with her mother throughout Europe, particularly in Germany and on the Riviera, until the family settled in Paris. Educated privately and with early musical talent, she lost her opportunity at a career as a singer when illness destroyed her voice. She then determined to become an artist and pursued painting in France at the atelier of Robert Fleury and at the Académie Julian. Monsieur Lefebvre's and Tony Robert Fleury's instruction at Académie Julian provided the foundation she sought to be a successful painter. But it would be Bastien-Lepage's powerful influence that would be her greatest inspiration. At first, the presence of the great, the only, the unique Bastien used to make Marie so nervous that she grew awkward and tongue-tied when they met. She even goes the length of protesting that there is a natural antagonism between them, because he acts as a check upon her, and she taxes herself with exaggeration for this excessive enthusiasm, only due to a master genius like Wagner. Such was the effect he had. At Julian's academy, her rivalry with one of her fellow students, the most gifted of them, was a young Swiss lady called Louise Catherine Breslau, who, living plainly and laboriously in true art student fashion, appeared to her rival more fortunate in being wholly free from worldly social distractions. This promising artist, who had begun some years earlier than Marie, was a thorn in her side, competing vigorously in the atelier. Marie observes the work exhibited at the Salon, and is quick to notice one in particular. She records, "There is also the portrait of the beautiful Madame by John Singer Sargent. It is a great success of curiosity. People find it atrocious. For me it is perfect painting, masterly and true. But he has done what he saw. The beautiful Madame is horrible in daylight, for she paints herself despite her 26 years. This chalky paint gives to the shoulders the tone of a corpse. Further, she paints her ears rose and her hair mahogany, and the eyebrows are traced in a dark mahogany colour, 2 thick lines." Marie belongs to the Naturalist rather than the Impressionist school. To reproduce the real as faithfully as may be, to catch hold of the life of today, so Velázquez took her by storm. His unrivalled technique, his brush power, the monumental realism of his work, made her raise herself on tiptoe to catch the secret of his divine truthfulness. Fashion may have had something to do with this unbounded enthusiasm. For though original in her judgments, Marie Bashkirtseff is the most impressionable of human beings, and the name of Velázquez was the rallying cry of the Naturalists. On Bastien-Lepage's return from Algiers, whither he had gone for health's sake. On his return to Paris in the summer of the year 1884, Marie and Bastien met nearly every day, either in the latter's sick-room or else in the Bois de Boulogne. These were days full of solemn sweetness, when the moi spectateur sometimes left off looking through the microscope, and Bastien, whose very name had sometime haunted her like the refrain of a song, was always so delighted to see her, so disappointed when she stayed away. The two families met almost daily. There was a constant interchange of delicate attentions. The goat which supplied Marie with milk provided Lepage likewise. Pride, shyness, and reserve vanished, and they became simple and trustful, like two children clinging to each other when left. Their final days were together, and each would depart within weeks of each other. Passing away at just 24 years old, but she left her mark as she had hoped with passion. Bastien followed within weeks.